Hello everyone and welcome to episode 6 of the WMMA 5 series here on the channels. We are the UFC in the modern day world, looking to see what would happen as far as if you started before COVID and you worked your way through, if as far as you didn't have to change the schedule around or anything like that, just how different the UFC would look like. As for this card, it is the UFC on ESPN+, Benavidez versus Figgy. Our main event, the co-main though, Aljamain Sterling versus Corey Sandhagen, the Sandman, and Aljo were scheduled to compete on this card, and then I think Sandhagen had to fill in to take on Frankie, and that kind of changed the whole card there, because I want to say Aljo either got hurt or something along those lines, and it changed both these guys' trajectory for sure. As far as you had the amazing flying knee knockout from Sandhagen on Frankie, and then also for Aljo, he'd go on to win the bantamweight title, thanks to getting knocked out while having a knee on the mat. So a lot of things went differently for both these men afterwards. Then Sandhagen fights Dillashaw, and he ends up losing to Dillashaw, even though he probably should have won, but it was a whole thing, and just a brutal couple of years for him. But now it looks like the Sandman's back taking on a big fight against Usman Nurmagomedov. That's a tough fight. That's a very, very tough fight, but that shows you what type of savage he is to take that fight, especially it being 135. That's a big fight. Big fight for sure. Yeah, Figgy and Joseph Benavidez, though. That is, of course, for the flyweight title. Of course, in real life, this ends up being a draw, and they have to redo it, which is just hilarious as far as how that played out. Which that was at an Abu Dhabi show, because that was during COVID when that happened, and which Figgy, of course, won. So hopefully, we have nothing like that here, and we get to see a winner and a new flyweight champion to end out this show. Derek Brunson against Edmund Shabazyan as Edmund Shabazyan at, of course, 185. Derek Brunson, he go on to win this fight and then take on Jerry Cannonier, where, of course, Cannonier had the amazing knockout after the takedown, getting side control and just raining down heavy shots. As Paige VanZant versus Mackenzie Dern as well as on this card. Alright, I just wanted to kind of see this card, to be honest, or see this fight, to be honest, on this card. Because VanZant, she had, I think, one fight. I don't think it was against Mackenzie Dern. I forget who it was now off the top of my head, but, of course, once kind of COVID came, and she's like, I can just make 10 times more than I would ever make fighting just by doing photo shoots for OnlyFans. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So, yeah, she said, fuck that shit. Well, she did a bare-knuckle fight, though, as well. I think she's gonna do another one, but if I was her, I would not be doing that. Who needs to fight when you can just stay at home all day? But yeah, that's gonna be a fun fight though, to see how Dern and Paige VanZant coming in out at 123. Though is gonna be interesting. It looks like Figgy missed weight, which is weird, at 126. I didn't get an email about that, so hopefully that fight, it should still be for the title. That's wild. But Paige VanZant, Mackenzie Dern, obviously the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu background for Mackenzie Dern, and VanZant, more of a stand-up striker. It's going to be a fun styles clash. And then Brett Jones and Tony Gravely, as Tony Gravely as at 135. A lot of 135 fights, a lot of 125-pound fights on the main card, and of course the middleweight fight at 185 with Brunson and Shabazyan. But that could go either way. I think it's going to be a pretty close contest. We'll see how the betting lines place that one. Then Brendan Allen, man who just won in real life here on Saturday, as he takes on Andrew Sanchez at 185. Jim Miller and Scott Holtzman at 154. Of course, the legend himself, Jim Miller, looking to get a big win there. Jordan Griffin against T.J. Brown at 145. As Loma Lukbunmi, as I always forget how to pronounce that, I think that's how you do that, though. It's Loma Lukbunmi taking on Justine Kish at 115, as Luis Pena taking on Sean Woodson to open up the prelims, as well. Of course, Luis Pena's had some tough times out there, and has been not been in the octagon anytime soon, unfortunately for him. But maybe we can right that wrong here, as far as keep him on the straight and narrow with this save. But yeah, that's as far as that's the card. We'll take a look at it more analytically here. Yeah, of course, Jim Miller coming in off of his first fight from the UFC on ESPN 5 card with Covington and Lawler, which he won over Clay Guida. Yeah, Brunson won as at UFC 241 was his last fight, and then Mackenzie Dern lost her undefeated status, losing to Amanda Ibas, which of course we just saw Amanda Ibas having an absolute war with as far as Macy Barber. So that's going to be big, and yeah, of course they had to have Paige VanZant and Rachel Ostovich fight on the first ESPN Plus card. That's hilarious. As that fight, that was just there's a lot of eyes on that fight, and not for the fighting aspect, if you catch my drift there. As of course, for the flyweight title, the of course vacated flyweight title, Drew Cejudo says, "Fuck it, I'm done," going up to bantamweight. As Benavidez, though, main eventing for the second time for a UFC event. I believe this is the first time for Figgy, I believe this is the first time for Figgy. Trying to think, that should be the first time. As Figgy's finished 3 of his last 5 opponents. Both are world-ranked flyweights, rather. As Figgy's 4th, Benavidez 9th. Benavidez trains at Team Alpha Male, rather. As Figgy has an overall record of 1-0 against other members of that team. First time they have fought, Benavidez with the slight advantage, which that makes sense from the kind of broadcast tactics perspective. He's a more kind of decorated fighter than Figgy at this point. But of course, we all know Figgy becomes one of the best flyweights in the world. 17-1 though, he's already one of the best, but then he turns into just an absolute elite fighter. Of course, him and Moreno have their wars. But yeah, I mean, this is a big fight for both men, obviously. For Benavidez, this is his chance to, as far as in the mod at least, kind of change the trajectory of his career, because he could never beat Mighty Mouse. Lost to Sergio Pettis by split decision. Also lost to Dominic Cruz back in WEC. When you lose to just the best of the best, it's tough. It's a tough draw. But, as far as... He beat Cejudo, though. Beat him by split decision. So when you have that over Cejudo, that should give you a bit of an advantage. It was a split decision, though. As I forget how that fight played out, as far as if that was a robbery or not. Don't think it was, from my memory, but it has been a while. And he also beat Ian McCall as well at 156. Obviously a veteran of the flyweight division. Been basically here since day one. It has a chance to bring home the gold for the first time in his career. It's a big fight. Big fight for both guys. Aljamain, Funkmaster Sterling against Corey the Sandman Sandhagen. We gotta add the Sandman to his nickname there, as this is a fun fight. This is a very fun fight. We could have had this main event probably, like another fight night or something, but felt like to have this be the co-main was a good idea. Because we know what Aljo likes to do, but he can't do that in this mod because we allow knee strikes to the head. So Sandhagen could knee him into oblivion and it'd be fine. They both have won their 3 last 5 by decision. Of course, Sandhagen with the reach, I think is going to help him out, obviously, but we know Aljo is going to look to take him down fairly quickly. So that's going to be I think it's going to be a fun styles clash affair. Aljamain Sterling, though, 18-3, 10-3 in the UFC. He lost to Marlon Moraes. He lost to Rafael Escunio, and then Brian Caraway, rather. But I said Callaway. Brian Caraway as well. The Cody Stedman, I remember that fight as Tyron Woodley and Darren Till. That was actually a really good fight as well. Pedro Munoz fight at 238 was another good fight that I remember. It's weird. I watched that Ngannou Velasquez fight, but I don't remember that fight at all between him and Jimmy Rivera. But according to the mod, it was fantastic, so I'll take his word for it. He also beat Takeo Mizugaki and also Johnny Eduardo, Renato Barraro as well. He's got some big names on his resume for sure. But this is a tall task against the Sandman, though. Corey Sandhagen, just an exciting bantamweight. 12-1, Aurora, Colorado, undefeated so far. He's also beaten Escunio. That John Lineker fight was crazy. I do remember that. That was from the who did that? Was it Jacare and I would say it was Hermanson. Yeah. Well, yeah, Jack Hermanson won that fight. Yeah, Greg Hardy won the co-main. Yeah, Sandhagen, now John Lineker. That fight was that was a good fight night. From what I remember, I don't know what the prelims were. Oh, Jim Miller was on the prelim. Goddamn. Just rated everything fantastic. As I do remember the Mike Perry fight. I was surprised I went the distance in real life because I thought Perry was going to finish him in the first. What do I know? As yeah, it's going to be a very, very fun fight, though. It sucks that they're, as far as name value-wise, it's not really there, because these guys are obviously the future of the bantamweight division. You're going to see, obviously, in a couple of years, that they're already at the top, but obviously in real life, Aljo becomes champion, and Sandhagen had a chance to go on to get a title shot, but he lost to Dillashaw. But I'm sure he'll get a shot sooner rather than later. He's 26 years, so he's, not even 30 yet in real life, so the man's got a ways to go. As Derek Brunson and the Golden Boy, Edmund Shabazyan, as Derek Brunson trains at Renzo Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, Renzo Gracie Academy, as Edmund Shabazyan has a overall record of 1-0 against other members of that team. Brunson's ranked 7th in the middleweight division, 22nd is Edmund. First time they fought, Brunson with a big reach advantage and the betting line favorite as well, which is no surprise. But yeah, we'll see, because Edmund, as far as judo background, he's undefeated so far, 11-0. He hasn't really, he's just fought kind of some veteran guys. The Brad Tavares knockout was pretty crazy. As Masvidal Diaz, of course, in November. John Jones, Anthony Smith. I don't remember the John Jones Santos card, though. That was in July. But this is a big fight. Big fight for Edmund, as far as 22 years old, taking on a veteran, and Derek Brunson, a guy that's, even though at 36, he's fought a tough number of guys, obviously. Jacare Souza, Adesanya, Anderson Silva, Whitaker, Yoel Romero. When you fight kind of the best, you're going to get a lot of great opportunities. As far as he's pigeonholed himself to being like a number 4 guy, number 5 guy in the middleweight division, but can't get into the elite of that division. But he's got a great chance to get some momentum before we probably have him take on Cannonier. But yeah, Division 2 wrestler has done really well for himself. I think a lot of times it's a lot of bad luck, but also a combination of some kind of poor fight IQ. A lot of times, as far as with him, because I remember that the Cannonier fight, he had won the first round, he's doing pretty well, and just how that second round, he just gets his manhandled to the ground and gets elbowed to smithereens, and just an absolute battle what him and Cannonier had before that, and it just, because he's got the size, obviously, to be a great middleweight. It's just not clicking yet, and unfortunately, he's running out of time right now. 36, you only have so many fights left in you, but this is a big opportunity for both guys to get some great momentum. Page, 12-gauge VanZant against Mackenzie Dern. Dern, of course, is the favorite. I'm surprised it wasn't a more favorite to her, but yeah, Paige VanZant, 8-4, 5-3 as a whole, 25 years old. Fought Thug Rose, fought Michelle Watterson, the Jessica Rose Clark fight as well. She's very tough, though. She's tough as hell. A lot of those women are, man. They're tough as shit. And she's definitely one of them. She'll stand there and throw at you. But, we just gotta, as far as, I had no idea that she went to Ken Shamrock's gym in Reno when she was looking for a dance studio. That's funny. That's wild. Yeah, and that's, she, I think, wisely got out of the sport, because she definitely is making more money now than she probably would have made off the UFC, and, as far as, obviously, once the UFC cut her, she signed with bare knuckle. That was, that was the right call. Definitely the right call. But Mackenzie Dern, though, of course, we just saw in real life, that Angela Hill fight, she looked like a complete, total savage in there, as that is, it's a big get for sure, she, as far as, obviously, one of the best female grapplers and not only in the world, but definitely in the UFC, the Amanda Ibis loss to Joanna at the Joanna and Michelle Watson card. I forget how that fight went down. As far as, I want to say Ibis handled her pretty well, but that was kind of sharpening point for her. It was like, alright, we probably should drop down the weight class. And they got her at flyweight here, which is interesting, because I thought her at strawweight, Angela Hills, she should probably fight at atomweight anyways, but I felt like she was looking, in her top form there in her previous encounter in real life, obviously, so we'll see how she does here in the mod. But yeah, I definitely would side with Mackenzie Dern. As Brett, the Tony Gravel, as Brett Jones, Tony Gravely, as Tony Gravely making his UFC debut, but Jones, heavy favorite in this one. Even though he hasn't won since 2017, as I don't know why I want to say Jones, but Brett Jones, either from Wales. As far as Titan FC guy, was Gage Warriors bantamweight champion as well. He's a black belt in judo, so obviously with the judo background, he's on a 2-fight losing streak. But those, Pedro Munoz and Alan Jermaine Sterling, tough guys, so you can't really fault him too much there. Then for you, Tony, at 19-5 bantamweight was a Dana White contender series, guys. You can see obviously from the picture. This is his debut, so we don't get to see anything as far as his fight history or whatnot. As far as he's got some tools at his disposal, but I think it might be a little too much because I don't think his judo or stand-up at all is better than Brett's. If he's got a chance, it's maybe to take him down at the beginning, but I don't think it's going to happen, so it might be a Brett Jones mollywop there as well. As I thought it was going to be a lot closer, but then you kind of look at it stylistically, it doesn't really work out. But Brendan Allen gets Andrew El Dirte Sanchez. As Allen trains at Stanford MMA, but she's 1-0 against other members of that team. Sanchez is the favorite, though, surprisingly enough, against Brendan Allen. Because Brendan, he's got pretty good size on him at 6'2" for a middleweight. As far as Louisiana, 13-3, 1-0. Won his debut against Kevin Holland, which that's a tough debut for both guys. We would see him kind of be able to do it all, but really his submission game is definitely his strongest suit, but he's a pretty good stand-up guy for someone, obviously at 6'2", you usually have a reach advantage somewhat, but Andrew Sanchez, though, 11-5, 4-3, but he is a ranked middleweight, so this is a big fight for him as far as lost to Anthony Smith, lost to Marvin Vettori, beat Khalid Roundtree, though, so that's, Roundtree, though, was a much different Roundtree than he was in 2016 to where he's at now. He's fucking jacked beyond belief. This is a great fight for Brandon Allen. I think I'd have to probably back Brandon Allen on that one. We'll see Jim Miller, though, versus Scott Hot Sauce Holtzman as Jim Miller. Absolute legend. Submitted 3 of his last 5 opponents here. A guy that has just, no matter who they put in front of him, he runs them right over at 36. And obviously, now he's at close to 39 years old. And he's still beating fuckers up. It's awesome. The names here, the resume names. You've beaten Lozon twice. You've beaten Takanori Gomi, Clay Guida. But he's fought also kind of the best of the best as well. He's beaten Charles Oliveira. He's beaten Gleison Tebow, Dwayne Ludwig. When you fight Ben Henderson, Nate Diaz, Gray Maynard. It's a who's who. Michael Chiesa, Cerrone, Darush, as far as Pat Ely and Diego Sanchez, obviously, so Thiago Alves, Poirier, Pettis, Trinalado, Daniel Hooker. The fucking people this man has fought is insane. And it's it's a shame that he's kind of been belittled a little bit by, as far as, obviously the discourse around with DC saying he's not a Hall of Fame fighter. Statistically, he definitely is. He definitely is. When you have all the goddamn records in the UFC as far as most wins, you have most finishes. I think he also has the fight of the night bonuses as well, is in his favor. I believe the submission of the night is in his favor as well, but actually I think probably Oliveira's got him now. But it's a shame because of who he's fought. He definitely has a great resume, in my opinion, even though the record might not speak for itself at 31, 13-1. But when you're 20, 12-1 in the UFC, that's actually fucking amazing, especially with the people he has fought. You're talking former champions. You're talking guys that were the best in the world at one point, like Charles Oliveira. Dustin Poirier, of course, has been an absolute savage. Diego Sanchez was an absolute savage for a long, long time. Pettis, of course, champion at one point. It's Joe Lozon, of course, another guy that kind of him and Jim Miller cut from the same cloth. Guys that have been around for a long time and have fought and won at a high level. He's fought Nate Diaz. I mean, obviously, Nate's a Hall of Famer, in my opinion. But I think because of the Conor fight, it's easy. But that's just the unfortunate thing with Jim Miller. He's just waiting on that big name to kind of catapult him into stardom, because Nate was already over. The Diaz brothers already over. But you need that mainstream fight, unfortunately. And just is what it is. Maybe Jim will get it. I doubt it at his age, but you never know. It just sucks, man. Sucks, because especially for that lightweight division, for a good solid half of his, pretty much his entire tenure in the UFC, that lightweight division was one of, if not the best division in the entire sport. So to me, when you're a top guy in the toughest division, putting on exciting fights and winning the majority of them, it sounds like a Hall of Famer to me, but I get it. I get it, DC. I get it. But Scott has a handful here. Not an absolute handful. 13-3, 6-3, 36 years old. Did beat Dong Hyun Ma to get tier. He lost to Drew Dauber as well. Alan Patrick fight. The Josh Emmett loss, which of course we just saw in real life. Josh Emmett being an absolute savage and surviving 5 rounds. I mean, that is unreal. There's just the amount of guys, the amount of people in the world that are just some absolute savages out there. It is crazy. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, that's going to be a fun fight for Jim Miller. A lot of these fights have a big margin favorite, as Jordan Griffin taking on TJ Downtown Brown. TJ Brown made his debut. Jordan Griffin, large margin favorite on this one, according to the betting lines. 17-7. He has lost in all of his UFC fights. I mean, Dan, 50K was a tough fight, though, in your debut. Chas Skelly probably could have beat him, but as far as there's the Cowboy Gaethje on ESPN Plus card. You have a TJ Brown, as far another Dana White Contender Series guy. Featherweight from Little Rock, Arkansas. 14-6. We'll look and see how he does here against Jordan Griffin. It's a good opportunity for Jordan Griffin to get his first win in the UFC. And of course, same thing for TJ Brown as Loma, Luke Bunmi as against Justine Kish, as Kish hasn't won since December of 2016, but Kish is a big favorite on this one. She's got the reach advantage. This is probably going to be a nice little win back for her, as 5-5 strawweight from Russia, as I remember the Ashley Yoder win. I saw that with all the Condon cards, but I don't remember that fight, how that went. Split decision loss in their last fight as well. I'm looking for a win, didn't have a fight in 2019. So as far as taking a fight, almost like, basically, as far as twice here, then just once a year. For the rest of the time, it's hard to get your reps up, especially somebody who needs those reps. It's very, very tough. But, she's going to have that reach advantage with her kind of striking ability. She's got a great chance of winning with a knockout in the first round. As the Thailand fighter in Loma is 4-1. She won in her debut. I don't know why I hit negotiate. And at UFC ESPN Plus 20, Damian Maia and Ben Askren's card back in October. Which that was a split decision win. But yeah, she's looking to get a big win there. I just think, just size alone, Justine Kish is going to give her some problems on the prelim there. And then the Violent Bob Ross, Luis Pena, taking on Sean the Sniper Woodson. Luis Pena, 5-inch reach advantage. Strong favorite in the broadcast half picks. We just got to keep him on the straight and narrow here. Another Little Rock, Arkansas native. And another featherweight as well. 7-2, 3-2 in the UFC. As, obviously, just a guy that you throw him on a prelim or you throw him on the main card of one of these fight nights, you're going to get some people wanting to tune in to see him. Just his style's pretty awesome, but also just the marketability alone of that man. But Sean, the Sniper Woodson, a 6'2 featherweight is nuts, first of all. But yeah, undefeated from St. Louis, as far as, I got the little tattoo there as well. And I'm very proud to be a St. Louis native. But Luis Pena, is the favorite, has the fight experience as well, but man, that's 6'2" at a featherweight, that's that big. That's a tough fight. That's a tough fight for any kind of featherweight, but Luis Pena is 6'3" as well, so again, you don't really see the size of those guys. I mean, they're kind of taller than some middleweights even, so that's just pretty frightening to think about. But yeah, both guys looking to get their 8th victory in the MMA world. As Mark Goddard's the referee, Cage said just I knew was going to do it. As round 1 begins, they, as far as coming together and touch gloves, Pena is coming forward, walking him down. Counter jab from Woodson, jab lands, follow-ups with the big right hand that misses. They exchange tricks, but nothing significant lands. They meet in the center again. There's a left jab from Woodson, right hand's absorbing the gloves. Pena with a nice little 1-2. It's a left jab and a good right hand. He's getting him in the pocket now, bobbing out of the way. Bobbing out of the way as a violent Bob Ross would. And moves into the pocket. Connects the jab, but finds nothing but air on the big right. Counter jab from Woodson as Pena throws a quick 1-2. Doesn't land either blow. Woodson misses the good right hand, but it gets solid. Gets countered with a solid right hand, excuse me. They have the reach advantage there, playing into Luis Pena's advantage. Strike exchange happens in the center of the cage, but again, neither fighter can land anything. Pena opens them up with a feint. Pena dodges the right hand and counterattacks with a right cross. He's doing a really good job of countering so far as Luis Pena. Minute left, Pena's pressuring him into the fight, and into maybe the pocket even. But as far as Pena's trying to get him with a left jab, nothing but air on the big right though. Comes forward and the two fighters exchange, strikes his pair of jabs from Woodson, connects with the right hand after missing on the jab. Here comes a counter from Pena after Woodson misses the big right hand. It's a left jab and a right hook, and that probably shattered his nose. That's not good. And also, Pena probably broke his own hand on that one. So we might have a broken hand, we might have a broken nose to end out the first round as a right hook lands from Woodson. Oh, and there's a right cross from Pena. I think Pena won that round 10-9, but it was a good round. It's a good round to see. Now his eyes probably, his eyes starting to swell, and his whole shot thanks to the broken nose. So he's got one eye and a broken nose. Brutal. He's going to keep on ticking as Pena coming forward and forcing a strike exchange. Woodson looking to punch. He connects with the jab as Pena. Woodson evades the big right. And now he's trying to study his opponent as Sean Woodson. Oh, kick to the thigh area from Woodson. That's a good, nice counter. As Luis Pena's starting to breathe a little heavier now. Gets into the pocket. 1-2, but doesn't land either blow. Woodson's doing a really good job here of pushing the pace here in the second, even with his potential broken nose. Tries a right hook, but misses. Does Pena can't connect with the right hand. Woodson with a jab and a left kick to the rib cage. There's a quick head kick from Pena. Oh, and he rocked him with that head kick. There's a short knee strike from Pena. Doesn't find the home, though, and Woodson has circled away from the cage and now returns to the center. With his wits about him, as they go toe-to-toe strikes. Neither fighter can land anything significant. Quick exchange of strikes doesn't lead to anything. Both fighters come together and strike. Woodson misses the right hook and gets countered with the jab with the right hand that narrowly fails to connect. As a minute left in the second, there's a high kick that misses. Also a jab that lands off the counter. Neither fighter can really land anything. He's off target with the jab and the high kick as well. And yeah, I think he won that round again. Does Pena, and Woodson's going to need a finish. Let's see what happens in the third and final round stalemate as both fighters throw it but fail to land anything. There's a jab that misses and the right cross is blocked. Disconnects the right hand. The right hook's ducked as well. And Pena's still feeling the fatigue now creeping in, and he's starting to lower his hands. It's not a good time to get caught here in the third round. Woodson doesn't trouble his opponent with a combination with low kicks. With the left hand by Pena. 1-2 from Woodson fails to land. There's a right hand that gets countered with a kick to the lead leg. Woodson's doing a good job with these leg kicks. He's starting to get tired now. Woodson with a jab and a right hook that's blocked. There's a good 1-2 from Pena. And now he's allowing Woodson to attack with a right cross. It's a good counter from Sean Woodson, but it just a size disadvantage. It's crazy when you're a 6'2 featherweight and you're still getting outstruck because someone's 6'3 and has the longer reach. That's just brutal. He's off target with two jabs, hits the kick to the leg. Pena's off target with the left jab, scores with the right hook. Looking for a clinch here is Pena. Blocks attempt and maintains a good solid base. Now he's trying to get the takedown. Again, doing a good job is Woodson from stopping these takedowns. As Woodson misses the right hook, here comes a counter with a left jab and a right cross. Yeah, I think Luis Pena probably 30-27 if I had to guess. The 29-28 round from Cecil Peoples. But you think a decision win nonetheless for Violent Bob Ross, Luis Pena. It's a good fight, though. It was a good opener for the prelim, for sure. That was pretty good, especially that first round. I'm surprised they got out of it, and then it looked like Luis Pena was going to finish him with that head kick in the second. So to be able to survive that with a broken hand and a broken nose, respectively for both fighters, really good to see. So thanks to all of his sponsors for backing him, and also thanks to his family friend Sports. Praises Woodson for the tough fight, and a charismatic talker with a look to match. Yeah, Pena's got some real star power. As Loma Luke Bunmi as taking on Justine Gish. As Justine Gish 6-2. As Loma 4-1. Muay Thai background for both girls, but yeah, just again size advantage for Justine Gish, reach advantage as well. Just don't see her walking away with a defeat here today. Mark Goddard's referee, cage side judges there. Round one begins. As Kish throws kind of left doesn't connect though. Nice little 1-2 from Loma, which again fails to connect. Don't think any woman's landed anything so far. Right hook's blocked. There's a kick to the lead leg from Kish. There's two jabs on the right cross from Loma. And wow, look at Loma with a right cross. As well as Kish with a jab and a nice right hook. Now they're starting to land. Loma stepping forward, and the strike exchange begins. There's a counter left hand. That's 1-2 from Loma that fails to land. Off target with a jab, connects with the right hand. Off, and there's a nice little 1-2. It's a left jab and a right hand. All rocked her. Did Justine Gish looking for a head kick, but Loma absorbs the power by raising her arms. Looking for a short knee to the side of the ribs, but it's thrown in a weird angle, so it didn't really have much power behind it. And now she's apparently cleared her head, but Loma's already getting tired. That's not a good sign. As Kish misses the right cross, here comes a counter from Loma with a left jab, but a roundhouse kick at the body's too short. There's the reach advantage again, playing into Justine Gish's advantage. This is a jab and lands the kick to the body. This is a left jab and a right cross from Loma. Dodges to the right hand as Loma in contacts with a jab and a right cross. She's doing a pretty good job. She did a lot better than I thought she would. Oh, and there's a clean right hand. Boy, oh boy, as that Loma's firing away with some of these shots. There's a jab. Doesn't find the mark on the right hook. There's a kick to the lead leg, and that's the end of the first round. Yeah, I'd say Justine. It was close, though. But yeah, rocked her. Probably did more damage, so I'd have to say 10-9 as well. We'll look at the metrics. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, I figured she had more punches, but it was close, though, at least. Yeah, it was close. 10-12 on the strikes. See, Adams in the second to come back on strike. There's a pair of jabs. She slipped by this Kish and attacks the left jab and a quick kick to the lead leg again. Yeah, she's blowing up at this point as Loma misses the right hook. It's kind of a great right hook. As Kish she hits a jab and a head kicked off target. And there's a right hand that hits from Loma, but the off target jab. Now Kish is looking for a single leg. Oh, shit, there's a nasty elbow strike on the, oh my god, just ground and bounding away here. Looks like, look at the sweep. She does sweep, and they're back in their, both of them are back on their feet. So let's see, Kish with a defensive jab. Loma's really impressed me the other day. She's, I thought this was going to be a one-round knockout, and that has not been the case at all. She's been doing a lot of damage, even. As Kish counters the right hand with a quick jab and a kick to the leg. That's a 1-2 from Loma. There's a clean right hand after the jab. Kish with another takedown. She's probably going to look for more of those elbows, if I had to guess. Yep, attempts a slicing elbow strike. Not able to connect, though. There's that vicious elbow strike again, and that's another 10-9 round. Kish is doing a really, really good job, but yeah, Loma needs a finish here in the third. Quickly shoots in again. She can't stop these takedowns. And, it's a scramble, though. She loses out on the scramble. There's another nasty elbow. It's a beautiful sweep again. So now Loma's on top with about 3 minutes left. So maybe she can get something going here. And it's a scramble from Kish now from the bottom. And, yeah, Loma doesn't have a lot left to give. She ends up losing out on that scramble as well. She's catching her breath now as Kish. She just doesn't want to get caught at this rate. She's already won both rounds. She's landing several clean shots now. Starting to get out of half guard rather than get into better position. As looks like she's trying to get the side control, but here comes a scramble. 60 seconds left as she's on her back as Loma, and that will probably do it for this one. Yeah, but what a great fight for Justine Kish. It's a great effort from Loma. For somebody that was that much of an underdog, she put up a pretty good fight. Yeah, I would say 29-20. Maybe not 29-28. You probably could have gave her the second, but I would probably side 30-27 personally. But either way, that was a good fight, though. Back-to-back good fights. And that'd be our 7th win. Thanks for connecting to Jim O for helping prepare for the fight, and our sponsor for supporting our financially. So our next fight, Jordan Griffin, TJ Down Brown, 17-7, 14-6, goddamn, minus 630 favorite. Roof Sport team as well. I think it's going to be his first win in the UFC here for Jordan Griffin. As Yamasaki's the referee, cage side judges. Here we go. The exchange of blows comes and goes. Without the fighter really landing anything. Same thing here. And now Griffin's forcing the strike exchange. Now he's coming forward. There's a left hand from DJ Brown off the counter. Can't have to step left jab, but it's a nice straight right hand. Tries to jab it, misses his Brown. Jabs wide and hits him with a straight right. And it doesn't find a mark on, or hits the jab rather, doesn't find the mark on the right hook, does Brown. Griffin lands 2 jabs, misses the right hand though. They meet in the center. Griffin finds his way past his opponent's guards, lands a sharp 1-2. It's off target with a jab, this TJ Brown, but he nails the right cross. Again, somebody that is that much of an underdog, he's doing a very good job as well, as Griffin counters the right hand with a quick left jab and a right hand that nearly fails to connect. There's a jab in the exchange from Brown, left jab, nothing but air on the big right. Standard trade leather, can't really do damage though, same thing there. Nothing happened. Now, it's about 30 seconds left in the round. Brown lands a left jab and a right hand that is blocked. It's off target with the left jab, lands the right hook, does Griffin, and here's a quick kick to the lead leg off the counter from Griffin, after landing a couple of jabs as well. It's a nice way to end the round. Yeah, Griffin with a 10-9. Yeah, I mean, that's, so far he's the favorite, but man, TJ Brown, he's got to do a little bit more if he wants to. Oh, that's a great start. Left jab and a right cross. There's a good right hand from Griffin. Starting to push the pace now. As Brown's kind of left doesn't connect though. Jab lands from Griffin, but the nasty right hand misses as stepping forward in the strike exchange begins. Brown lands 2 left hands. There's a nice jab and a leg kick. There's Griffin as he's still pressuring him now. Brown with a left hand. Jab and a leg kick again. I'm waiting for these leg kicks to really start collecting some damage for sure. As Brown misses the right hand. Another leg kick, I just knew it. And parries away with the body kick as well. Brown with a jab. Can't connect with the step strikes. Hits a nice straight right hand. Coming forward as Griffin tries to jab and misses Brown. There's a beautiful uppercut. And he knocks him down. Let's see if Griffin can finish him here. Heavy shots are rocking him. Looking for the arm triangle. Doesn't finish him though. Gonna win the round though, obviously. So as long as Griffin doesn't get caught here, this will be his win. Looking for the Kimura. And he gets it. Gets the win with the submission. Great round. Great performance from Jordan Griffin. That was a good fight, too. Tough break for TJ Brown, losing your debut, but tall task did he have against him. But listen, we all got to start somewhere. As he gives a name check from a roof sport, all of his very responsible to all his family and supporters. That's a tough fight and gives a short respect to TJ Brown. He has the he has that innate, rather. I'm about to say, I think it's innate. Yes, he has the innate charisma that allows him to get a good reaction during these types of interviews. Jim Miller versus Scott Hot Sauce Holtzman. Minus 430 favor for Jim Miller. We haven't had a bad fight yet, and I would probably bet my money that's going to keep on going. Because Jim Miller in exciting fights go hand in hand. A wrestling Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu background. Mixed martial arts backgrounds for Scott Holtzman. MMA Lab, MMA Fight Camp. Or Fight Club, rather. Jesus, as a 430 favorite, minus 430. I think it's going to be a little closer than that. We'll see, though. Herb Dean's the referee. I did it again. Cage side judges. There, as round 1 begins, they come forward on the attack. Holtzman misses left hand in the exchange. Attacks with some flurries now, as Miller lands 3 punches and then a body kick. Miller stepping forward. That's kind of left, doesn't connect, though. Jab hits home and hits him with a body kick. That's a nice little 1-2. As there's a left hand in the exchange from Holtzman. Jab lands. Big punch is evaded, though. Both guys landing shots now. Jab lands from Miller. Can't connect with the right to the body. Fires go toe-to-toe strikes. Neither fighter can really land anything. A damaging shot now. Miller stalks forward, pressuring Holtzman. Fires off a counter jab. Doesn't connect it, though. There's a jab and a leg kick. Halfway point in the round. Both fighters meet in the center. There's a left jab and a right cross. Left jab and also a right cross from Holtzman. They stand and trade in the center of the ring. Nothing really comes of it. Quick exchange. Strikes does not produce any damage. 60 seconds left. Holtzman appeared to be going for the takedown, but Miller took the initiative first. Miller throws a hook to the body. Holtzman steps back to avoid it, and both fighters come together and start trading blows. Manages to counter jab 1-2, but Holtzman avoids both of them. There's a left hook. There's a vicious right cross from Miller. They knock him out here. Oh, he probably broke his own hand. God damn. Oh, but he knocked him down, though. See if he can finish him with the left hand. Holy shit, he does. Jim Miller winning by TKO. You love it. Doesn't get saved by the bell to Scott Holtzman, but Jesus, I mean, Jim Miller. What can you say? So he thanks everyone connected to AMA Fight Camp, all of his various sponsors, all of his friends, family, supporters, showing respect. He praises Holtzman for his skill and toughness. Very comfortable. Being interviewed, and he did very well there. Brendan All-In Allen, Andrew El Dirte Sanchez, our last prelim fight. Sanchez is the favorite. We haven't seen an underdog yet win, but I got a feeling Brandon Allen's going to change that. We'll see, though. It's going to be relatively close. Wrestler versus Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy. I think Allen has the better stand-up. We'll see. As Mark Otto is the referee, or cage side judges. Here we go. Pair of tentative jabs lands. There's a jab and a right hook. Boy, oh boy, nice little 1-2 from Sanchez to start off the fight. As he's going to step in and growl, but Sanchez simply took the initiative. Another straight right hand that lands hard. Jab lands, and Allen evades the big punch, and now he's trying to get in close again. Sanchez, again, just lighting him up with this 1-2. Scores to the right cross now. There's a straight right as well. There's a cut now underneath the eye. Allen finally is able to clinch him, and he sweeps him down. He's got his back. Not looking good as he's nailing these punches. Looking for the body triangle. Jesus Christ. He's still landing shots. Body triangle with the rear naked choke. Flattens him out. Easy money, and it's Brandon Allen, plus 200. You're welcome, everyone. And it's another great fight. Man, those prelims were electric for the ESPN card. That was probably on ESPN2, but maybe it was on the regular ESPN. Who knows? I kind of forget how they do the ESPN cards now. Pretty sure the prelims are on ESPN2 and then the main cards are on ESPN, but I could be wrong. Yeah, Brandon Allen gives name check there on it. Sanford MMA, all of his various sponsors, all of his friends, family, and support. A solid performance from a marketable fighter as Brett, the Pikey Jones, taking on Tony Gravely as Tony Gravely, 19-5, 5'6", 135, 5'7", 135 for Jones. For Johns, rather. Every time I want to say Jones is Swansea, Wales. As well from John's judo background, a minus 1030 favorite. Boy, oh boy, does Brett Johns, if he pulls this one off, does Tony Gravely, that would be an upset of all upsets for this save. And we've already had some exciting upsets already, but he is a hometown kid. We'll see what happens. Stranger things have happened. As there's Johns is a great shoot-in. Doesn't get it, though, but he's left hopping on one leg. As Gravely is not going down, though, so he got him up against the cage, looking for the judo throw. Yeah, you're in Brett's world there with the judo throw. You're not going to stop him, and he's trying to get him on his back so he can gain better position. And it's too good for Gravely, so he's got side control, looking for the knee bar. That's not happening. Fires off some punches, catches his breath, blocks the tentpole guard, looking for the knee bar now. That gets fought off as well. Looking for Kimura now. Going through the Rolodex of submissions. Hasn't got him yet. Going to stand him up. Johns with another takedown. And, a scramble, though. But Johns is just going to come right back in side control. Dominating performance. No surprise there. And a heavy favorite getting stomped on is the underdog hometown kid. As Johns starting off with a high-speed takedown attempt again. Doesn't get him, though, but he's just going to take him down with a judo throw. Boy, oh boy, yeah, the game plan has been executed to perfection. Tony with an elbow off the bottom, though. It's a good idea. And he's ready for it. His scramble begins. Gravely's up first, but he's quickly grabbed against the cage, and that's going to be another judo throw. Got his back now, got the body triangle. This is probably going to be a rear naked choke in the second round. It shall be exactly that, and it's surprised that was rated a great fight, since that was very, very one-sided. I don't think Tony Gravely even landed a shot. Oh, he didn't. He landed one. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. As, giving thanks to praise to the team at Shore MMA, his various sponsors, his fans who came out to support him, and also has a lot of respect for Tony and praise his toughness. As Page, 12-gauge VanZant against Mackenzie Dern. And 8-4, 7-1. Mackenzie Dern, slight favorite, but they're both in the minuses. Should be a good fight. Should be a good one. Again, I'm back in Mackenzie Dern here. We'll see. Cage side judges. Fight begins out. Touch gloves. About to shoot in is Dern, but VanZant simply took the initiative. It's a left jab that misses. Also, or rather, lands the left jab but misses the low kick. Dern with the takedown. And it's I knew that was happening. Clearly slowing things down now. Looking for the leg lock. That been crazy. Looking for a leg lock again. She's going to keep on going for those leg locks. Boy, oh boy. And now she's passing. It's a scramble, though. Oh, she's on her back, pulling guard. Lost out in the scramble. Some right hands now. Another leg lock attempt. She's not going to... I don't think she's going to get that leg lock here in the first. But a great round for her. So we'll see what happens here in the second if Dern can get another takedown and kind of rinse and repeat it, or if VanZant could keep it standing. There's a crunching right hook, though. That's a good start for VanZant. There's 2 jabs and a straight right. And there's a takedown. Looking for another leg lock. Yeah, I mean, at least she's trying to finish the fight, but, like, the leg lock isn't going to do it. They scramble, though. Both fighters are back on their feet. Dern's just going to go right back down as another leg lock attempt. Begging you to go for something else. Yeah, looking for the side controls. Another scramble as Dern's got her up against the cage. And I'm just going to put all that weight on her for the final final minute of the second round. And it's a quality round, according to this one. His fans are really getting into it. 10-9, Dern again. VanZant needs a knockout. And, well, she finally stops her, but she's got her up against the cage. And she blocks the takedown by grabbing the cage. Hey, that's a block. Come on. And Bonkar's got to give her a verbal warning. And she takes her down that time. Looking for mount. She loses control momentarily, and then here comes a scramble. Leaves a leg in. Ends up losing out on that, which, for Dern, I think that's a good strategy to go for, because she can go for the triangle on her back. Defends it well, though. Some good shoulder smashes, though. I don't think she's going to do anything as far as damaging-wise to, like, knock her out with it, but she's at least doing something to land some damage. Another shoulder smash, looking for the arm. Oh, she eye breaks into the arm. Yeah, Mackenzie Dern's a problem. She can finish any other way I felt like she was going to do a lot better on the bottom than she was on the top, because that leg lock, it's so tough. You have a better chance of getting an armbar or triangle from the bottom. Yeah, just caught her with the armbar. And 8-1 for Mackenzie Dern. A problem. For sure, but she says a tough fight, gives her sure respect to Paige VanZant. Yeah, this is just a stylistic, matchup as far as better standing, Paige VanZant, and then obviously better grappling. And usually the grappler's going to win an MMA fight. She thanks everyone connected to RCVA for helping prepare for the fight. Our sponsor for supporting her financially says a tough fight gives respect to Paige VanZant, and she is the whole package. Charismatic talker with looks to match. She has that real superstar quality in the making. As Derek Brunson versus the Golden Boy, Edmund Shabazyan. Shabazyan, rather, as, 5'10", 185, 6'1", 185. The undefeated Golden Boy himself, the judo background, but he's a plus 440, or plus 400, rather. Underdog, Henzo Gracie Academy for Derek Brunson. Minus 510, the favorite. Goddard's a referee again. Cage judges fight begins, they touch gloves. Coming forward on the attack is Edmund. Oh, that's a little leg kick, though. And Brunson comes in with a jab of the left cross off the counter, and Brunson with that reach advantage helping him out there. As Edmund's acknowledging some corner instructions. Nice little head nod. There's a 1-2 from both guys. A quick left and a straight right was, that was just, Derek Brunson, rather. Excuse me. Yeah, quick left and straight right. Edmund looking to come forward. There's 2 counter jabs. Jab lands. Big right hand falls left and misses. 2 fighters engage, missing their jab. Scores the right hook. Lands a jab. And a left cross. As Edmund looking to push the fight again. Counter jab. Lands the left jab. Evades the big punch. Surprised Brunson hasn't went for the takedown yet. Maybe it's coming. As there's 2 counter right hands again. So far, he's just kept it standing. Left jab of the big right hand falls up and misses. Pair of jabs in exchange. The 1-2 to land either one of them. 60 seconds left. It's tentative fight. Nothing really is coming of it there to end out the round. There's a left cross, though. The jab and a clean left hand. Probably cracked his jaw on that one. A major shot to end out the round. Yeah, I think Derek Brunson stole that one thanks to the shot. It was relatively close going into the final minute. Yeah, it's probably probably 12 or 13 to 9 at the end, and then you get the big shot at the end with the crack in his jaw. It was massive indeed. Brunson comes forward, and the 2 fighters start trading blows. They counter jab from Edmund as 2 jabs on the left hand from Derek Brunson. He rocks him. After the left hand, there's a big left hand again, and down he goes. He knocks him down. Could finish the fight here in the second. Boy, oh boy, what a win for Derek Brunson as undefeated, no more, Edmund Shabazyan, making it 11-1. As that's a great win for Derek Brunson. He is a problem for sure. Thanks everyone to connected to Henzo Gracie Academy, all of his various sponsors, all of his friends, famous supporters. Gives a sure respect to his opponent, gives a good account of himself there. As our co-main event, Aljamain Funkmaster Sterling versus Corey Sandhagen, the Sandman versus the Funkmaster, as 18-3, 12-1. Slight favorite is Corey Sandhagen. Would not be surprised if Aljamain Sterling gives him some problems, though. Would not be surprised one bit. Yamasaki's the referee, but if he knocks him out, I will probably leave my seat, as I will be so excited for the Sandman. A jab's wide. Hits him right to the body, though. Oh, well, and Sandhagen simply took the initiative again. There's a nice left and straight right. Left jab and the big right hand misses. Can't connect with the jab, scores the leg kick, though. There's the takedown attempt. No, he doesn't get him, though. We got him against the cage. Double underhook now. Grueling close-up battle for about a minute. Oh, man, brutal. Brutal! Yeah, gonna keep him up against the cage. The referee luckily separates him. There's a head kick. Somebody rocking with it. As Sterling appear to be trying to get in close, but Sandhagen again takes the initiative. 2 left jabs and then a high right head kick to the side of the head. And just still pushing the pace, making sure Aljamain's not the first guy to initiate. And he won the round because of that. Way to go, Sandman. 10-9, the first round. As Sterling appeared to be going for a takedown again. Sandhagen. There's a spin kick to the body after laying the left hand. They're doing a good job standing so far. Can't connect with the jab. Another spinning kick to the body. There's a jab with a right hook. Sterling aggressively moves in. He's looking to risk getting hit. That means getting close enough to grapple. I mean, he's probably going to have to go for it because it's a little late now in the second. So far, obviously, Sandman's done damage, and he's been the guy that has won this round. But if he gets the takedown here, that might change some things. So let's see what Sterling's going to be able to do. It's a scramble immediately from Sandhagen. He can... Oh, well, Sterling, though, comes out on top. So we're back where we started. Keeps the half guard secure. Goes for the underhook. They end up staying on a tight clinch. I think that's a bad idea. And even though he's going to get him against the cage, he's not going to be able to do anything against him. And another takedown attempt. He's got the takedown at least. Gives up his back. That's not good. He got the body triangle. Oh no. Hang in there, Sandman. Whew. Yeah, that was tough. Listen, that was a close round. I wouldn't be mad if you go for Sterling. Wouldn't be mad if you went for Sandhagen. I would, honestly, if I even have my bias aside, I think it's 1-1. We'll see. I mean, if you're Sterling, though, if you're Sterling's corner, you probably tell him to go for it all. You might as well. It's maybe the name to get in close with Sandhagen. Again, takes the initiative. There's a jab and a body kick. There's 2 jabs and a straight right. Left hand misses the big right hand, though. Sandhagen just can't get caught. There's a right cross. Low kick to the front leg. Oh, he catches it. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This ain't good. Got him up against the cage. If he could take him down, this is not good. There's a hard foot stomp. And the referee's going to separate him. That was definitely in Sandhagen's favor. Connects the jab. This is a spin kick. Alright, I think that's, I'd say 29-28 Sandhagen. Let's see. I had a 30-27. I don't know about all that, but I'll respect the 29-28. The Sandman does it, though. Way to go, Sandhagen. Yeah, of course, Aljamain Sterling brings that fight down. God damn it. But that's a fun fight, though. Fun fight for the Sandman. He gets the win, 13-1, and give him a bantamweight for title fight. God damn it. As I skipped over his fight interview. I was so excited that he won. As Figgy, though, taking on Joseph Benavidez for the flyweight title, our main event. Minus 150 plus 150. As 5'4", 125, 5'5", 126. Weird they weighed in at 126, but it's still for the flyweight title. But hey, I'm glad that's not. Yeah, because that's a different rules for different commissions. If you're a pound over, sometimes you're not allowed to fight for the title. Of course, we saw that with Charles Oliveira, but I guess the Virginia Athletic Commission's a lot more cool about that than the Arizona one. As 2 fighters engage in strikes, but neither fighter can land anything worthwhile, as now Benavidez pressuring him. Figgy with a counter jab, connects the jab, misses the big left hand, attacks with strikes as Benavidez. Figgy throws a counter left. There's a right hand from Benavidez. Figgy dodges the leg kick. Benavidez into the pocket, uses the right jab with a big left, follows up, misses the left hand in exchanges. Figgy, 1-2 from Benavidez, fails to land. 2 counter left hands from Benavidez again. There's a right jab, but Figgy avoids the big left. There's a counter jab to the connect, though. Throws some small strikes, and a fast leg kick. Benavidez, though, avoids all of them. Left hand, 2 left hands to be exact, from Figgy. Quick flurry of punches from Benavidez, sees one of them hit home, then lands a low kick to the legs, as Benavidez stalking forward. Figgy with the left hand exchange, as Benavidez aggressively takes initiative. Benavidez fails to land. No takedown attempts yet, they're just standing and swinging. was waiting for Benavidez to go for a double leg attempt, but hasn't happened yet. It's a smart idea. At least go for boxing in the first round, see who's the better stand-up guy, and play it from there. But Benavidez with a jab and a beauty of a straight left. Figgy comes in and clinches with him. That's a good idea. Go for the more tight clinch. Figgy's got it. Oh, shit! He knocks him out cold! Figgy does it in the first round here. I thought that was going to go the distance. What a win for Figgy to make it 18-1. My God, Brandon Moreno, you better be ready. As Figgy name checks off his sponsors and thanks off his fans who turn out to support him. Shows off the flyweight title, the new flyweight champion. He tends to be the champion for a long-ass time. What a card, though. It sucks the co-main kind of was average, but everything else was fantastic. How did only 862 people in Virginia show for this show? This card was actually pretty solid. That's unfortunate. That is very, very unfortunate. Popularity is unchanged, though. So there is that. So I guess it's not so much of a negative thing, but obviously performance bonus from Figgy. We'll give one to the Sandman. Give one to Dern. Let's see, who else? Yeah, Brandon Allen. Yeah, that'll probably be it. Yeah, we lost a little bit of money, but I'm glad people made money as well. A couple people making 6 figures. A couple people only making 4,000, or 2,400 to be exact for Luis Pena. That's not great. Get a better contract, my guy. But yeah, Mackenzie Dern with 82,000 because of the performance bonus. That's nice. Yeah, weird card to have only 150,000 at the gate for only 800 and some people. But I guess that's the way she goes for a main event like that. But that main event delivered, in my opinion. Sucks that we didn't have a packed crowd or anything. But we'll take it. We'll take the good show out of a show that would have been a stinker. That would have made us a little bit more money. But I'm very, very pleased with how that played out. In another month, down and in the books. As on to March we go. So many cards today, as my goodness. As this is, I want to say, the next card coming up is the, is it the Zhang Weili, Joanne Jędrzejczyk card? I want to say it is. I want to say that was the March pay-per-view. But we'll wait around for a little bit as I take a swig for the working man to see what the next card's going to be. Obviously, you guys saw it in the beginning, but it's nice to send it off with a little reminder what's coming up. As, boy, this loading time's taking forever. Yeah, we might just have to call it, as that always happens, it seems like. We don't want to hit the crash. That's what we don't want. But, yeah, sometimes it takes a little bit to load up. But, yeah, thank you all for watching. What a show. I'm very, very pleased with the talent on that show. Most of them delivered. I would say literally 99%. Just Aljo kind of stunk it up a little bit. But that, is what it is. We kind of knew going in that he was going to try to wrestle fuck his way to victory. But luckily, the Sandman stopped that man dead in his tracks. And we'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.